Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our 2018 Chanukah reception. My name is Marie van der Zijl, and I'm delighted to be here for my first Chanukah as President of the Board of Deputies of British Jews, having been elected as the second woman in history earlier this year. Thank you again, Lord Palmer, and also special thanks to Wes Streeting and Paul Masterson for all your hard work chairing the APPG. As with all parliamentary events, we are somewhat at the mercy of the business of the House. I understand that the Prime Minister is currently giving a statement on her recent visit to the G20 and its implications for Brexit. So I know that some of our guests will be along after that, and a couple of our speakers cannot now make it. Please bear with us if there are pauses and changes to the programme. I know that you will. I suppose that it is an apt summary of the parliamentary year that Brexit has caused a bit of disruption to our programme. Looking back at the 6 months since I was elected, I realised I could have picked a quieter time to start. Whether it was the horrific far-right massacre in Pittsburgh, anti-Semitism being allowed to take root in the Labour Party, Hamas's attacks on Israeli citizens, Camden's coroner preventing the speedy burial of our loved ones, tensions in relation to interpretation of education policies in the Haredi schools, or attempts in Iceland's parliament to ban religious circumcision, it has never been a more important time to have a strong Board of Deputies leading the fight for our community. And we could not do any of this without the support of our many parliamentary friends, or indeed many of our other colleagues here today. Thank you. The horrific far-right terrorist attack in Pittsburgh really shocked me, as it did all of us. But there was one glimmer of hope. When we organised a vigil with JW3, our senior rabbis, the US and Israeli ambassadors, the Home Secretary and the Mayor of London dropped everything to be with us. We have built strong relationships across the national leadership. When we made the call, they came. Earlier this year, we did the same with our communal colleagues, the JLC and the CST, at the Enough is Enough rally in Parliament Square, where 2,000 people from the community, from Parliament and from different faiths came to join us to show Jeremy Corbyn that his tolerance for anti-Semitism would not go without challenge. We really did not want to be in this position, but until we see action, we will continue to press for justice for our community. Jeremy Corbyn must apologise for the hurt he has personally caused, whether by calling anti-Semitic terrorist groups like Hamas and Hezbollah his friends, defending anti-Semitic murals, laying wreaths by the graves of terrorists, or allowing so many racists and their apologists to remain as Labour members. Labour must kick out the racists from the party, no ifs, no buts, and it must do so without further delay. Enough is enough. But while it is easy to see the negatives of this year, I think it is important to remember the very many positives. Despite the challenges, the Jewish community in the UK is flourishing. Our Jewish schools continue to top the league tables, and we are delighted to have so many of them represented here today. We are building bridges with different communities to tackle prejudice and promote peace. While Arab-Jewish relations often get a bad press, I am delighted that we have with us, please make yourselves known, the ambassadors of Tunisia and Morocco, as well as the Israeli ambassador. And we also have the German ambassador and many, many other people who are our friends. This gives us great hope for the future, and the Board of Deputies stands ready and willing to build bridges across divides. One of the projects I am proudest of is our Invest in Peace initiative with Churches Together, Britain and Ireland, where UK faith communities are actively contributing to peacemaking efforts between Israelis and Palestinians. We have a thriving cultural scene with fantastic institutions like Limud and JW3. Our community continues to contribute to society in so many different ways, and we are determined that the UK remains a great place to be Jewish. As we light the lights of Chanukah and draw to the end of 2018, let us all unite in our efforts to banish the darkness of 2018 and work together to make 2019 a better year for our community and for our country.